Yo, what's up, WB? Huntsman, Eddie, good to see you guys. What's up, Fatima? Nice to see you in the chat. How are you guys doing today? Huntsman, Kaylin's here as well. Good to see you, Kaylin. Hope you're doing okay. And big love to everybody who's hit the like button already. 3 likes. You guys are real ones. Mad Pro says chill vibes. Remember me? Yes, indeed, Mad Pro. Good to see you back in the chat. How are you doing? Huntsman says I was first on the chat. Looks like WB's message came first, but Huntsman, you were there like a rocket, right on time. So shout out to Huntsman, shout out to WB, to Mad Pro, shout out to Fatima, shout out to Eddie. It says bro's on time today. Yeah, I am on time for once. For once. Not usually on time, but today I am on time. WB says good vibes like always. W to WB. What a real one. Big up to you, WB. And Huntsman says, well, on mine it says I was first. Huntsman, you've been first many times, my friend, so worry. And yeah, I don't know why it's showing first on your end. Strange. Good guys, back in the chat with me this evening, and thank you to Eddie for the useful comment, which I will pin as usual. Shout out to you. Fatima says, how are you, Edward? I am not great, Fatima. I've been much before. I'll be honest with you, I've been feeling pretty low today. But thank you for asking. And you say, do you remember me? Yes, I do remember you, Fatima. Yes, indeed, you are the only Fatima we've seen in the chat. And Eddie says, Edward, did you see my Discord message? The last one I saw from you, Eddie, I replied about an hour ago. And it was about needing to input some login information to those various platforms. I think I replied to that last message. That was the last one I saw. But I hope you guys are doing well. And hello to you, Anna. Good to see you in the chat. And Kaylin says, Eddie, you seemed happy. I would say, yeah, Kaylin, we see you back. People were worried about you. So glad to see you back in the chat. And I hope you're doing okay, Kaylin. I know you were having a tough time yourself recently, so it's good to have you back in the chat with us. Huntsman, I will check out your message in Discord. Thank you for that, Huntsman. Eddie says, I might have missed your message as I was busy. No worries, Eddie. I missed yours first time round, so do not worry, mate. I will check out Discord when I get a moment. Anna says, hope you're better today. Anna, I am not feeling great today, honestly. I've been feeling pretty low. But the stream moved on, and I'm glad to see you guys. Honestly, when you guys hop in the chat with me, it really does help. It's really nice to see you guys jump straight in with me. So big up to all of you that are rocking with me right now. And I hope you're doing well, Anna. For real, I hope you're doing well right now. Sage says, hi, Edward. Hello, Sage. Good to see you in the chat as always. Big hugs to you. And speaking of hugs, Anna says, oh, no, Edward, more hugs. Yes, indeed, Anna. The lovely hugs you sent yesterday, they helped, but unfortunately, they're not 100% healed me. Micah's boy says hello. Hello to you, boy. Good to see you in the chat. And Anna, thank you very much. I really do appreciate the hugs. I was speaking to my friend before, and she was saying, I'm sending you big hugs. And it's always nice to know that people care out there. So shout out to all of you, for real. Kaylin says, why are you all happy to see? It's because we were worried about you, Kaylin. We were worried about you. And Sage in particular was very worried about you. So we're glad to see you here, safe and sound. And Pierre says, I care too. I'm glad to hear it, Pierre. And it's nice to see you in the chat. Huntsman says, 13-week watch streak, even if it's quick visits. That's epic, Huntsman. That's over 3 months. You've had your watch streak going on. Absolutely epic. Huntsman, legend. WB says, did I say somebody asked me yesterday? You did, WB, and you said that you weren't sure, so you said you'd think about it. Any update? Any update from since then? Did you think about it? Did you decide to say to the person? Anna says, I'm doing okay, thanks. Right, I'll send hugs every 10 minutes. Catch the bear hugs, tight squeeze. Oh, Anna, you absolute cutie. Thank you so much. What a lovely community of people we've got around here. You guys rock. Sage says, oh, she's talking about how we're glad to see Kaylin. And Divas of Lanky77 is in the chat for the first time, I believe. Nice to see you, Divas. How are you doing? You say hey. Good to see you, Divas. And the lovely Brooke from Utah, USA is in the chat. Lovely to see you, Brooke. Always a pleasure. And Mansi Kitchens says hello, sir, or hello, sir, from India. Hello, Mansi. Good to see you in the chat. Always a pleasure to have viewers from all around the world. Lovely to see you. I think it's the first time we've seen you in the chat, so it's good to see you. And Rob said, deep baby. Good to see you, Mr. Rob, as always. Today, Rob, I'm suffering with the first part of your username. So today, Rob, I'm struggling, mate. But like I was just telling the chat, it's nice to be back with you guys. I appreciate all you guys being here with me. And to be fair, Rob actually might have been to Eddie rather than me, so I'm cashing in on somebody else's comment. But I hope you're doing well today, Rob. For real, hope you're doing well, mate. It's in the chat as well, and she says, "Hey, good to see you. It's Aggie." And Huntsman says, "But I'm sorry about my recent hit and run visits. I've been kind of sad, busy, and stressed. So sorry about that, Huntsman. No need to apologise, my friend. I can relate to all of that, all of those things. So never apologise, mate. And for real, I'm just glad that you're still here. There was a time when you were struggling a little bit, and you yourself weren't feeling too full of beans, and I was worried. I was worried about you. So I'm glad to see you've kind of come through that. So yeah." WB, talking about the person who asked him out recently, says, "I haven't thought about it yet, so I said, give me some time." I'm genuinely shocked. So WB has recently been asked out by somebody, and he doesn't know he's going to play this one, so we will look forward to an update. Oh, super cool. We've got Horrid Augustin, who says, "What's up, y'all? By the way, said hi, Pennsylvania." Well, Horrid, I think it's the first time I've seen you in the chat, and how cool to have a viewer from Pennsylvania, US of A. I love meeting people from all around the world. So, Horrid, despite the slightly scary part of your username, which is the horrid part, lovely to have you. And It's Aggie. It's from Ton. Love to see it. It's Aggie. W to you. And As Above is back in the chat. Says, "Hey, what's up? Hope you're well. Good to see you, As Above. How are you doing today?" And Rob says, "Sorry to hear that, mate." Yeah, Rob, you know what it's like, man. You know better than anybody probably what it's like. How are you doing though, Rob? For real. I'm not just saying it. I want to know how you're doing, mate. Like sharing. Fatima says, "How was your day?" My day was okay, Fatima. I've had worse days. I've had better days. Definitely had better days, but I've had worse days as well, so I can't complain. Hussein is in the chat. Who says, "Yo, I'm back. Always a pleasure." Hussein, the OG, is back in the chat. Great to see you, Hussein. And it's lovely to see everybody tuning in. If you're out there right now, say hello. I'd love to connect with you. And Rob as well has not been having such a good day. Something in the air, Ed. I was having a bad day today too. Well, Rob, as always, mate, I'm sending you good vibes your way, and you know what it's like. Like I say, better than anyone know what it's like. And to be honest with you, I think from the sounds of it, been even deeper into that place than myself. So, if anybody knows how I'm feeling right now, it's someone like you. Have I missed anybody? Fatima says, "Sorry about not being here yesterday. I tried to sleep but ended up sleeping. It's 12 a.m. here in Pakistan." Oh, Fatima, do not apologise. It's always nice when you join us. And I know that people watch from all around the world. We have people that watch from India, and it's like 1:00 in the morning, 2:00 in the morning. Right now, it is 10 minutes past 8 in England. So if you're out there, I'd love to know where you're from and what time it is where you are. And Divas says, "Where are you from?" Well, I'm from England, the north of England. And like I just said, it's evening time here, but it's not as late as where Fatima is in Pakistan. HG is back in the chat. Good to see you, HG. As always, it's great to see you, Arthur, as well. How are you doing, mate? Gunners All Day says, "Rob is." I don't know if there's any follow-up from that, but they just said, "Rob is." And Hussein says, "I'm very excited. It's my birthday." Well, happy birthday to you, Hussein. Man like Hussein, the birthday boy. Thanks for joining us on your birthday, Hussein, for real. And I hope you've had a good day, man. Sage has just ragged out half of their hair, trying to undo a new hairstyle they tried. Well, be careful with your hair, Sage. You don't want to rip half of it out in one go. Rob says, "What's on your mind, Ed?" Obviously, you don't have to say. Just been feeling low, Rob. Been feeling feeling low, Rob. Just feeling down. Just feeling frustrated, depressed, unhappy, low self-esteem. One of those types of days, One of those types of days. And yeah, if you're tuning in for the first time, because I know there's 9 watching the stream right now, normally these streams are always a very positive stream. I want it to be a place where people can come, hang out. We come together from all over the world, and I always try and make them super positive because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. A lot of people struggling with different things, whether it's mental health, money problems, physical health problems. Everybody's got going stuff on in their lives. So these streams are all about positive, friendly, welcoming spaces. And today I'm having a bit of a low day. Normally I'm super high energy, but today I've just not got it in the tank. So I hope you can me not be my usual perky self. But I want to give a quick shout out to the chat because we've got a lovely community of people around here that really do make it a very supportive place. And the flip side of us being friendly and supportive and welcoming is that when people have down days, we support one another in the chat. So Kaylin recently has been having a tough time. The chat has been supporting her. I'm having a tough time at the moment, and the chat has been very supportive to me. So thank you, everyone, for being so cool. You are all appreciated. Who have I missed? Mark Marcus says, you are handsome. Mark Marcus, you are very complimentary. Thank you. Thank you for the kind remark. L2 Arctic says, hi, are you British? I am indeed. I'm English to be precise. Okay, that's a proper random comment from the Fog Visitor, which I will probably skip if I'm honest, because it's a bit of a random one. Shirley Harper says, hi Edward, and to Rob. With you have both won with before you've started. Big hugs to you both. Shirley, what an absolute sweat you are. I've said it once and I'll say it again. You are an absolute gem. And thank you so much, Shirley, because especially on days like today where I'm not feeling full of beans, friendly, supports like that mean the world to me. So thank you so much, Shelley. You are a lovely, kind person. You really are. Jay says it's 1:11 where they are. So I presume 1:11 in the morning. Thank you for sharing, Jay. Always cool to hear about what people have got going on. Ranger is back in the chat. Good to see you, Ranger. And Rob is showing the middle finger to depression. 100%, Rob. Depression can get in the bin. And this is why I think your channel resonates with so many people, Rob, and will continue to resonate with people and will continue to grow. And I wish you genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, all the success in the world. It's kind of like, you know, I'm not saying, I'm resonating with people. What I mean is, I think the things we talk about on this channel, like your channel, we try and keep it real, you know, and not like, oh, I've got so much money, or, oh, look at all the women I've got around me. Like that. It's more just like, we're going through some stuff, we're struggling with some stuff. But on the days we feel good, we support people's wins. And on the day we're not feeling so good, we support people through those times. So shout out to Rob. Shout out to everybody in this chat who's here right now, showing positive energy, support. You guys rock. Huntsman is talking about how his social life has diminished as well, sadly. Well, Huntsman, from someone who has also let their social life diminish over the last few years. I do have friends, don't get me wrong, but naturally a little bit inclined to keep to myself and not be so active, not be so proactive socially. So Huntsman, keep an eye on that and fight against it. Fight against the slump. Who have I missed? Hussein says, got to go. I'm at Star City and I'm going to Saudi tomorrow. I'm watching at Star City. Well, Hussein, have an incredible time. And again, from the chat, very happy birthday to you. Fatima says, I hope you feel better. Thank you, Fatima. That support is much appreciated, for real. And I'm sending you guys, all of you, whoever you are right now, if you're one of the 80 people watching, I'm sending you a big hug. Even if we've never met before, even if you've never watched my stream before, I'm sending you a hug. Jay says, I don't know why people still can't treat mental health such as physical health. It's a complex thing, Jay. It really is. And sometimes, in a way, physical health can be more straightforward to treat. The mind is a very complex thing. And because sometimes mental problems, psychological problems can be much more complex and difficult to deal with than just, physical problems. Let's say you break a bone, it might be serious, but the healing process is fairly straightforward. If you've got deep issues around whatever you've got problems with, like, say, self-esteem or confidence issues or family problem, whatever it might be, whatever's causing you distress mentally, those can be very difficult to unpick, if at all. Eddie, I'm trying to find your comment. You say, Edward, I'm peed off because I recorded 3+ hours of VR footage and Streamlabs did something and recorded the first 8 minutes, for God's sake, and I'm mad as I had recorded on Audacity but no footage. Oh man, that sucks, for real. That sucks, man. And good luck with getting that sorted, because I can only sympathise with you, because that's very frustrating. So fingers crossed you can sort that out. I am going down the chat. Ethan Firth is in the chat. Shout out to you, Ethan, to see you. And Kanan Ahmed is here as well. Hello to you, Ronaldo. Hello to you. And Chris O'Reilly, what a pleasure. What an absolute treat. Chris O'Reilly is back in the chat. Good to see you, Chris. Kanan says, how are you? Well, I was just telling the chat that I'm actually not too full of beans today. I'm having a bit of a low day. I don't know if you're talking to me, but if you were, that's how I'm feeling right now. As above says, do you take vitamin D supplements? I find it keeps my mood pretty stable, but life hard sometimes. Not specifically vitamin D supplements. I do take a multivitamin, and I do try and eat a really balanced diet that's rich in nutrition. I think sometimes living in England or UK, it can be possible to miss out on vitamin D through like natural sources like the sun. I'm going on holiday soon for a few days. I'm going to Spain with my friends in a week or two, which I will be looking forward to, and I think it will do me some good. Honestly, I think life has been grinding me a little bit. Honestly, kind of my job, which I don't really enjoy, um, and other stuff going on in my life, which has not been could be going better. Like, very lucky. I'm not complaining. Like, I'm so lucky in lots of ways. I know. I always say that I'm really lucky as a person. You know, I've got a lovely family. I don't have money problems. I have physical health problems. For me, for real, like the biggest problem has always been, mentally, and sort of staying afloat mentally and staying positive. And like I've shared with you guys before, I often think about these things, right? Because you could. There's been many instances of people that are millionaires or even billionaires. They've got all the money in the world. They've got a beautiful day, and yet something inside them just doesn't feel right. They just don't feel comfortable within themselves. They don't feel happy. They don't feel content. Whatever it is, we've all got stuff that eats us up. And for some people, it affects them more than others. Like, everybody has bad days, but for some people, the problems they have internally just like consume them. I know this is a pretty bleak conversation, and normally we keep it super positive, but yeah, I think it's important to be real as well and just talk about how you're actually feeling and not just say, "Oh yeah, I'm fine," when you're not fine. Sometimes, the expression "it's okay to not be okay," like, it sounds a bit cliche, but it really is true. It is genuinely okay to not feel okay sometimes. And I think talking about it, like Rob, who's in the chat right now, on his channel called A Talk, his whole channel. Hope you don't mind me speaking for you, Rob. But Rob's mission with his channel is to destigmatize, conversations around mental health, depression. He called his channel Depression Talk because that's had a big impact on his life. And me and Rob have connected through YouTube, and we've experienced some similar things. So I think me and Rob can kind of see eye to eye on that type of thing. So if you're out there right now, if you're one of the 21 people watching this stream, and you've ever suffered with anything like poor mental health, bad about yourself, low in confidence, low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, anything like that, shout out to you. Keep going. Don't give up the fight, and tomorrow's another day. Ethan Firth says, "Hello, I am new, and can you say my name because I get bullied for being a ginger bi boy, but that doesn't play football." I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at you, Ethan. It was just the description of yourself. As like it was just, yeah. I'm not trying to be mean. I didn't mean that sign if it did. But Ethan Firth, if you are a ginger bi boy that doesn't play football, keep your head up, mate. Keep your head up, and honestly, do things whatever makes you happy in life, whatever makes you passionate. Whether it's whatever you're passionate about, it could be music, it could be drama, it could be fashion, it could be social media. Whatever makes you happy, it doesn't hurt anyone else. Chase after your passions, mate. That's what I would say. And one day in the future, you will be a ginger bi man who has his own identity and people respect because he stays true to himself. So, Ethan Firth, this is a shout out just for you, and I wish you all the best. And don't let the haters and the meanies and the bullies get you down. Keep your head up. Stormtrooper says, "What's up, Edward? Good to see you, Stormtrooper. How are you doing today?" Musty2 Aura says, "I am scared for Sats." Don't be scared, Musty. Best shot. Take your time, reread the question, and just do your best. That's all you can do. Marn Quicks or Marn Key says, "We all need a therapist." Yeah, I think that's a fair shout, honestly. I think there's a lot of people out there who need support for real. And listen, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a mental health professional. I have no qualification or expertise in that. But these streams are always meant to be supportive and positive. So if you're having a tough time, it's a space where you can come and feel supported. Like Ethan's been, he's been bullied for being bisexual and ginger. People could be very mean. So if you're out there and you're struggling with something, the stream is here for you. I'm here for you, and I'm sending you nothing but good energy and big hugs to you all. Brahm9611 back in the chat. Good to see you, Brahm. And you say, "Hey, Edward, hope you are well." Good day, mate. Good day to you, Brahm. I was just telling the chat that actually today I'm not doing too well. Psychologically, I'm not feeling too hot today. I'm really not. But I really do appreciate you guys that are here with me right now. Bring good vibes, bringing the support. And honestly, I try when I stream pretty much all the time to bring that positive energy, to bring the good vibes. And on days like today when I'm not feeling it so much, I really appreciate you guys showing me a little bit of support as well. So, Bram, thank you for the well wishes. How are you doing? And good day back to you as well. Chris says, I've hit a block in the road with my mental health, even now, but I had to come. Well, Chris, I'm pleased you're here, mate. I really am. And of course, like I just said before, we're here for you. We're here for you. And I hope you're doing okay, Chris. And that's all I can say, man. I'm sending hugs, sending you good vibes, and I wish you all the very, very best. Blue0404 says, read a book. Cat you, Blue04. And GHG says, hello. Hello to you, GHG. And Stormtrooper says, everyone group hug. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That is the energy that we want. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. I think this is one of the best chats on the internet. I'm not just saying it because it's my channel. I genuinely think everyone that's here is an absolute credit to them. Family, because 99% of people that join these streams are super supportive, super encouraging, super welcoming, and that's what this community is all about. It's not about trolling people, being mean, trying to think you're cooler than you are, putting other people down. It's about not. It's about supporting one another, being friendly, having a good time, sharing knowledge, sharing fun facts, all of that good stuff. So, like I say, we're all going through stuff. We've all got stuff that brings us down or makes us struggle. And at times like this, that's the power of the group community that comes together. And Kaylin says, group hug. 100% Kaylin. Fatima says, I saw a video of you trying your dad's food. Yeah, I did a video about my dad's sandwich. Now, he's not seen that, and I've actually not told him I made that video. But hopefully he knows it's all in good humour. Nothing mean intended by it. Although I did give him a 7 out of 10. I gave 7 out of 10 for the sandwich and said that a little bit more seasoning was required, but that's okay. John says, hugs, Edward. I have health problems, no friends, lonely. I fight it, but send hugs, man. John, if you're still watching, I'm sending you a massive hug back in return, mate. Well, I'm really behind with the chat, so I'm going to quickly go to the bottom, and then, John, I'll come back to you. Good to see you in the chat. Isid says, how do we maintain discipline? That is a question, and it's something I think that comes over time. I think you've just got to keep trying, keep building little things into your routine, and honestly take the little victories can give you a bit of confidence, and then you build on those little victories and you just go from there, one step at a time. I'm going to quickly scroll up because I feel like I've missed people, so I'm scrolling. John says, Edward, you're on the ball. John, I try my best. I'm not always on the ball by any means, by any stretch of the imagination, but I do try. Brahm says, my take is that everyone has different thresholds for fulfillment, and if I try to strive every day to reach nearer to that threshold, then I'm low-key good. It's like internalizing your energy. Good advice, Brahm, honestly. Good advice. Basically, the key takeaway there is try every day to get closer to be where you want to be. So, yeah, great advice, Brahm. W for that. And Foxy says, positive mental attitude. Everyone could do a bit of cognitive behavioural therapy. Yeah, Foxy, and I'm glad that you're kind of open-minded in that respect as well, because some people can be a bit closed-minded. And I'm glad to hear that Chris himself is talking to his school's therapist. W. Chris, well done. Okay, Cheeky Love Goddess is in the chat. Lovely to see you, Miss Goddess. How are you doing today? And Anish is in the chat as well. Sid, hopefully you're still here. You say hi there, new to your channel. Sid, good to see you and welcome to the channel. Rob says, I just smashed up the side of my workshop. That helped. I'm glad it helped, Rob. Obviously, watching, we're not advocating smashing anything up, but if it helps, it helps. So thank you for sharing, Rob. Thank you for keeping it real. And Ranger had to go, so Ranger is probably gone, so see you later. Sharks are so silly said, hiya. Hello to you, Sharks are so silly, if you are still. Okay, I'm going to scroll back down in a second. And great to see everybody showing Kaylin some love as well. And John DSO, if you're still here, you said, I'll repeat your comment, you said, hugs, Edward. I have health problems, no friends, lonely, fight it, but send hugs, man. John, I'm sending you big hugs, mate. Hopefully you're still watching. I think there's people that struggle with these things, right? A lot of people struggle with feeling lonely, feeling depressed, feeling down, feeling anxious, feeling worthless. Like, there's a lot of people, like I said before, there's how many billion people? 8 billion people in the world? How many, several billion people in the world, multiple billion people on this planet struggle with these types of things. So if you're one of those people, shout out to you. And shout out to Jazz, lovely Canadian tow truck queen, who is probably driving her tow truck as we speak. So big hugs to you, Jazz, as always. All right, I'm scrolling down at the speed of light. At the speed of light. Well, not that fast, but I'm trying. Sterny back in the chat says, I just relapsed. Sterny, I'm really sorry to hear that. And like I said to you before, I really hope that you can chat to an adult, Sterney. We've advised you many times to chat to an adult. So let Sterney, have you talked to an adult yet? Please let us know in the chat, have you talked to an adult yet? Ethan Firth says, I get bullied for being a ginger bisexual boy who plays no football at all. And like I've said to you before, keep your head up high. And school is a difficult period. The fact you're saying you're a boy makes me think that you're, under 18, which makes me think that you're still at school. And on kids at school, that is one of the toughest periods in your life. In some ways, it can be anyway. And people, when you're younger, they bully you for being different. And as you get older, people respect people that are different because it means you're unique. It means you stand out and you stand out for something being different. So the fact that you're ginger and bisexual, in due course, Ethan, there'll probably be someone, men, women, people, whoever they may be, who really like that about you. They really like the fact you're unique. They like the fact you're different. So Ethan, do not let the bullies get you down. Stay proud of who you are. Proud of the fact you're bisexual. Be proud of the fact that you've got ginger hair. Ginger hair's cool, man, and absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever with being bisexual. So keep doing you. Don't let the haters get you down. Keep your head up, mate. Okay. As above says, I really can't recommend vitamins. Most people are way under even with a good diet. Also taking when eating fatty foods. Thank you for the tip. As above, if you've just joined the chat, we're talking about low mood today because there's a few of us, myself included, struggling with low mood right now. So as above is leaving some good tips about vitamin D being particularly helpful. Miller Hadija says, hi, hello to you. Nice to see you in the chat. And I'm scrolling. And thank you for Foxy for sending hugs, John, and some healing energy. That's what I'm talking about. Foxy says, oh, Canada. John W says, why are you feeling, Edward? Good question, John. I mean, mental health is a funny thing, right? And sometimes it just gets us down. I guess the honest answer is I don't feel happy. I guess that's the short answer, John. I'm feeling down because I don't feel happy. I don't feel happy in life. Even though I'm lucky, I'm really lucky, I really am lucky. But just sometimes, in life, people that are lucky and fortunate, we're not happy. Fatima says, pierced or an ear cuff? I have 2 piercings up here. So 2 little piercings there, 2 rings, and I've got 1 over here as well. I'm going to change this for something different. Talking about, where's he gone? My mind is fried today. Where was he? Someone Firth. I can't remember. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten your name. Ethan, thank you. So Ethan was talking about the fact he gets bullied for being ginger and bisexual, and someone was being supportive, and it was Robert WF who says ginger is rare, rare is good. Thank you, Robert. That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy we want around here. John DSO says, I've stopped working early I've stopped working due to health. It's hard, but I try and fight it all. When I was at years, used to get bullied. And when I was at school years ago, used to get bullied and lunch money taken. That was not nice. John, that's horrible. Man. That is horrible. And that can have a lifelong effect on you, really. Like, of course, better than me, the impact that has. So John, again, likewise, I'm sending you positive energy, man. That's horrible. No one deserves that. And I wish you all the best with your health journey as well. I really do. And Foxy talking about Canada says never gets boring. I think South Park is ingrained Canada into my conscious. Some could say that South Park put Canada on the map. Fatima says your earrings are super cool looking. Thank you, Fatima. That's very kind of you to say. Very kind of you to say. And speaking of ginger, of course, we've got Foxy of Foxy Fan Club fame, who is also a red-headed gentleman, from what I understand. Fred's MC says, hi. Hello, Freds. Nice to see you in the chat. And Misty Loves is back in the chat and says, hi, Edward. Hi, chat. Good to see you again, Misty. How are you doing today? Okay, we are scrolling. Tanish Singal says, yo, what's up? Nice to see you, Tanish. How are you doing today? Good to see you in the chat. I think it's the first time here. Interesting comment from Bram, who says, Ed, what are your thoughts on people who are not privileged and to even find someone to discuss their problems with? Like someone working themselves to death just to survive. Well, Bram, that's exactly what I mean, right? Because I work a 9 to 5 and that gets me down because it's not a job I enjoy, and then I have to work a little bit on Saturday sometimes. But you say there are people out there in the world literally working themselves to death because it's either that or they starve. So that is a difficult position. And when I say I'm privileged and I'm fortunate, that's what I'm... In answer to what I would say about who are not privileged enough to even have one to discuss their problems with. Now, you may not like this answer, and I know there's some people in the chat who are quite anti-AI, but I would say sometimes it's got to be a balancing act. And if you're in a financial position where you don't have enough money for a counsellor, or maybe you don't even have just the access to a counsellor in real life, I think talking to can be helpful. I really do. I've asked AI about not my problems, but I guess I have asked AI about my problems before, and it's been quite helpful. Like, of course, obviously, going to a doctor or a mental health professional is the best way to do things. But sometimes AI can be, not a bad substitute. So, in answer to your question, Bram, I would say take the resources that are available to you, and if you're not fortunate enough to have someone in your real life that you can discuss things with, of course, me and the chat are here for you. This is a safe place, genuinely, where you can share things that are on your mind, and we won't judge you, and we'll support you. But if you want to do that anonymously, again, AI can be a good tool, honestly, for talking to and just discussing some of the problems with objectively. That's my take on it. People might have a different opinion, but that's what I would say from someone who's used AI themselves as a bit of a support mechanism. Tanish says, I'm going to learn driving a car, and tomorrow's my first lesson. Wish me luck. Good luck, Tanish. And what I would say is don't worry if it doesn't work first time. I failed my driving test 2 times. I passed on the 3rd time, and it's frustrating when it doesn't go your way. It's frustrating when you can't drive properly. I actually bought my first car last year, and I hadn't driven for years and years. I passed my test years and years ago, but I never had my own car because I moved to a city where I didn't need a car. So I just used public transport. And then I moved to a different town last year, and I bought a car, and I tried to drive it, and I couldn't drive it, and I felt so frustrated, and I felt really cross with myself and flat. It made me feel flat, honestly, because I'm like, I'm an idiot. I'm useless. I've passed my test, and I can't even drive. But it just took a bit of practice, and now I'm not a great. I'm an all right driver. I'm not saying I'm a great driver, but I'm a decent driver now. So Tanish, good luck with your driving, and let us know how you get on. Fatima says, I also got my ears pierced, but I slept and tore my ear. Ooh, nasty. Take care, Fatima, and yeah, look after yourself. Radiant says, if people can become cruel after enough pain and bad people can become good after enough love, then what truly separates bad from good? Interesting point, Radiant. Interesting point. And honestly, one thing I've learned growing up is that as humans, we want things to be simple. We want things to be black and white, good and bad, evil and kind. But the truth is that a lot of the time, people have the capacity both good and bad, and you get people that do terrible things, but at the same time they love their family and would never hurt their family. Or you get people on the flip side of that can be very abusive, but they're also very caring to other people, or do bad things and do good, vice versa. So humans are complicated. That's what I would say to that question. Aggie says, "Hey, by the way, I subscribed and you are so cool." Oh, it's Aggie. What a lovely thing to see in the chat section. Thank you so much, and welcome to the community. Lovely to have you here. I love it when someone jumps into the chat for the first time, hangs out for a bit, and then they become part of the crew. So shout out to it, Aggie. Welcome. And Cello, the lovely Cello, is back in the chat. Good to you, Cello. You say, how are you doing? Well, today, Cello, it's a bit of a struggle stream because I'm not feeling too good mentally. I've not been feeling too good today, but the chat has been very supportive of me. We've actually been talking to this evening about feelings, about getting help. People have been sharing their experiences of feeling down and stuff like that. So shout out, as always, to everyone in the chat. And Cello, how are you doing? I would love to know. Bram says, big love to you, brother. God bless. Bless you too, Bram. I'm sending hugs your way. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it, genuinely. I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. As above says, a little weary about AI. While it can be useful, it is programmed to agree with, which can be bad. Interesting point, and you are right. AI is naturally inclined to, or programmed by design, to kind of, in some respects, tell us what we want to hear. So when I ask, for example, when I finish my streams, usually I will look at the analytics. I'll see how we've done, what the average viewers was, stuff like that. And I will ask AI, like, be brutally objective, like, be objective with me, be brutally honest. Don't just tell me what I hear. Like, how is it going? Like, how am I doing? What's this trajectory like? And it's quite useful. But I would agree with you that it's not a perfect thing. And Foxy says knee AI, so it's no air fryers Foxy and no AI Foxy either. Kaylin says, I love how Edward doesn't know about that. And Stern, that, or he didn't bother reading it. Honestly, guys, I'm just struggling mentally today, so I'm just going to do my best to keep up with the chat comments. So if I've missed anything in the chat, please feel free to put it in put in the chat again, but I'm not on the ball today. Cello says, I'm sorry, so sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Cello. Genuinely, that is much appreciated. I really do. And you say, I'm doing okay. I just fainted though. Oh, Cello, that is not ideal. Not ideal. Well, I hope it was nothing serious that made you faint. I hope you feel a little bit better soon as well, and don't faint anytime soon. Naya Saji says, hello. Hope that's how you say your name. Hello to you, Naya. Or is that Nia? Probably Naya. But hello to you in any case, Ms. or Mrs. Saji. Hello are you. Hello are you. Hello to you. Sleep Salah, hair care routine, bro, all in caps. Well, Sleep Salah, you've caught me on a bad day because I actually need to wash my hair this evening, so it's not looking as groomed as it could do. But in terms of my hair care routine, pretty simple. I wash it every other day. I condition it afterwards, and I try a diet that's rich in vitamins, minerals, and protein as well, because all of those things help you have healthy hair. Sterney says, I love you, Edward, and you're worthful. Thank you, Sterney. That's very kind of you to say. As always, I'm sending you big hugs. Big hugs. And you follow that by saying, and you're wonderful. All in caps. Well, Sterney, that is very kind of you. It says, very respectful and supportive stream. I love coming here. I'm pleased to hear that, Fatima. I really am, because that's the thing we try and create around here. You know, this is never going to be a place where people are trying to, like, dunk on people or troll people or anything like that. I always want a place where people can feel supported and feel welcomed. Fox says, AI will enslave humanity, and it must be true because I saw it on Ancient Aliens. You had me in the first part, Foxy. You had me in the first part. Kaylin says, Edward, if someone upset you, then they have peed me off. Don't worry, Kaylin. Nobody has upset me. I've upset myself. It's my own thoughts in my head that are bringing me down. But thank you, Kaylin, as always, for the support. I really do appreciate it. And good to see Logan in the chat. How are you doing? And Sterney says, and you're kind as well. Thank you, Sterney. You're kind and friendly. So about that. Sage says, I feel like most of the people in chat today are struggling. Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a struggle stream, guys. I feel like today I should have called this struggle stream. But that's okay, guys. That's okay because, like I said, sometimes don't feel good. And we support one another. And then there are times when we do feel good and we celebrate other people's wins. That's what it's about. Nobody's going to feel positive all of the time, but when we can, that positive energy, and when we don't feel good, we lift one another up. So that's what it's all about. So if you're in the chat right now, if you're being supportive, friendly, positive, boosting other people, W to you. Said, Edward, this is Krishna's parents. He's about to die. You said you're his favourite streamer. Please say bye to him. Krishna, I really, really hope that you, are not about to die, and if you are trolling, please don't leave things like that in the chat because it makes me worried, and it's not funny to joke about people dying, but I pray that Krishna are okay and you are not in fact on at death's door. And Naya says, oh, is that Nia Hare? I do not know. It's Niya. What do you think, guys? Is it Nia or Naya? I think it's Nia, maybe. Thank you, Kaylin. You were saying, by the way, if that's just about how you feel, then you know I'm here to talk. Thank you very much, Kaylin. I appreciate that. And if you've just joined the room and you're thinking, what's going on? What are we talking about? I'm actually having a bit of a down today. Normally, these streams are super positive. They're all about good energy, good vibes, and coming together from all over the world. But I'm also someone who struggles with low mood, depression, low self-confidence, all these types of things. So today's one of those days, and I appreciate everyone that's here right now. Sending me hugs. I'm sending you all big hugs back in return. And genuinely, I'm very grateful to have a lovely community of people who boost me up. And you guys are all real ones. And you are all, honestly, I'm not just saying it. Everyone that's here right now, friendly, being supportive, you are a credit to yourself and your family. So W to you all. And Foxy, talking about good energy, says, Foxy fan club hugs for everyone. Love that. Thank you so much, Foxy. And Kaylin says, look, everyone spam hugs. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys. What an absolute W of a community we've got around here. Lugnear Legolas says, Ben Stokes or Joe Root. Ben Stokes is a cricketer. I'm trying to think. Fatima says, I'll see you later, Edward. See you tomorrow. Hope you feel much better tomorrow. I'll sleep now. Got uni tomorrow. Good luck with uni tomorrow, Fatima. Hope it goes well. And of course, I know it's late where you are. So sleep well, have a great uni tomorrow, and we will see you soon. Big hugs to you, Missy. Kaylin says, Edward, please read this next message as this is for you from me. I will read. I'm scrolling down, Kaylin, so I'm hopefully going to find it. And hopefully, I think Sterny has a good mood quote for us. So yes, Sterny, I'm ready for your message. I'm ready for Kaylin's as well. Fox says, "Rocking the stubble, mate." Thank you, Fox. I actually, I think I'd look. I'm one of these guys that would look pretty scruffy if I grew a beard, but I think stubble kind of works for me. And Sage is sending hugs from Featherstone. Thank you, Sage. Thank you very much. I'm sending you big hugs as well. And Edward Dickinson, good to see you. Sterney has left a quote and says, "To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world." Dr. Seuss. Or Seuss. "You're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." A. Milne. Thank you, Sterney. We've missed your quotes in the chat. Edward Dickinson says, "Gotta stay positive." True, Edward. Staying positive is important. And Kaylin says, "I love you. I always will be here for you, and I always will be. I'm never leaving you. You are stuck with me until you die. If you have low mood, I will be here to cheer you up. I love you, Edward." God, Kaylin, what an absolute sweetheart you are. I'm sending you a massive hug, Kaylin. I've sent everybody loads of hugs, but I continue sending hugs. So hugs to hugs to Kaylin, hugs to Foxy, hugs to Eddie. Leo is bringing the vibe down, so I think someone's probably already, just like that, Leo Lee's been put in timeout. So see you later, Leo Lee, and hopefully if you ever make it back to the stream, you will join the chat with a positive, respectful energy. And Cole Oids, you're going to take a little timeout as well, because you're talking about Hitler, quite frankly. You're talking about Hitler, and we don't rate Hitler around here, quite frankly. So have a little 60 seconds of the timeout, think what you're saying, and hopefully when you come back, you won't be talking about Hitler anymore. Hello to you, B. Griffiths. Nice to see you in the chat. And you're waving as well. To you. Phoebe, nice to see you. And Kaylin says, "I'm not done, Edward." And Ronan is back in the chat. Good to see you, Ronan. How are you doing, mate? We are chilling right now. Marnkey says, "Ed, are you Green Party member?" Now, we don't actually talk about politics around here, Marnkey. There's only two things. One sec. Excuse me. Oof, needed that water. There's only two things we don't talk about here, Marnkey. I think that's how you say your name. Or is it Markey? It's Markey. The only two things we don't talk about on the channel are politics and religion. The reason for that is because those are quite divisive subjects and it can be quite polarising. And we want the streams to be a place where everybody can come together, kind of leave our problems or leave our sort of at the door. And the streams are just a place where we can all hang out and vibe, regardless of like what our background, what our belief system is. So hopefully that makes sense, Monkey. And you say, "Okay, sorry, mate." No problem at all. No problem at all. And I hope you don't feel like I'm censoring you. Not about shutting anybody down. It's just, I say, but we want to keep it like chill, open to as many people as possible. So please don't think I'm censoring you. Robert WF says, "You have depression, Ed." Yes, Robert, I do. I do indeed. It goes. Comes and it goes. Eddie says, "Edward, I host my own servers that are mine and mine only. I use them to host virtual machines, a bouncing DAYD logo, and its main use is for music production, which I do a lot." Eddie, you are a talented young man. You're a talented young guy. You said you're only 13, so for you to have the technical knowledge that you do is very impressive. I've got something in my throat again. Oof, that's better. Oh, it's still there. Guys, like I was saying, Eddie, you are genuinely talented, and you've got a lot of good knowledge. I can't even speak anymore, guys. Phoebe says, no more spamming, please. Sterney says, "Edward, just so you know, me and the channel will always be here for you, and just know that we all love you, and you're the most kindest, caring, and wonderful, most brilliant person ever, and I love you and care about you." Well, Sterney, I'm going to disagree with you. I'm not the most kindest, wonderful person, or brilliant person ever, but I try. I try to be a nice person. Don't always succeed. You should see me when I'm hungry. I'm a grumpy person when I'm hungry. On the stream, I'm always like, "Love you guys, sending you hugs." And when I'm hungry, I'm like, "Where's my goddamn tea? My tea. I'm so hungry right now." But thank you, Sterney, for the support. I really do appreciate it. And always, for anyone out there that's going through anything in the world, anything in their life, I'm sending you a big hug and good energy your way. These streams are a place where we can come together, support one another. On the good days, we support one another's. We celebrate other people's wins. We big one another up. And on the days when we're not doing too good, we're there for other people as well. So yeah. And Ronan says he's not doing the best either at the moment. I didn't see the second part of your comment, Ronan, so I'll look out for it. But I'm sending you good energy as well, mate. Phoebe Griffith says, "What is FFP?" I don't know what. Oh, FFS. Swear phrase, and we won't explain that to you, Phoebe, because you're probably quite young. But it's a rude phrase, which means it's expressing exasperation. But we won't be too explicit. Ethan Firth says, "Do you see me?" Yes, Ethan, we see you. And Phoebe says, "Bye, see you later." And Ross says, "Hi, remember me?" Yes, Ross Hamilton, good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? And YNZ is back in the chat as well. Robert WF says, "I had depression for over a year. It was a hard time. Did you see a doctor?" It's for a bit and it helped. No meds now for a few years, feeling normal most of the time. Glad to hear that, Robert. I've previously talked to a doctor about how I've been feeling. But to be honest with you, don't follow my example, because sometimes even though I'm talking about these things to you guys now, a lot of the time I don't like to talk about it. I just bottle it up. I just bottle up a feeling and I just internalize those thoughts. And that's a really unhealthy way to deal with negative thoughts, because if you internalize them and don't talk about them, they just spin around in your head and turn into things even worse than they already were. But thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing a bit of your story, Robert. I really appreciate that. And Siddharth, a little bit less of a wholesome advice, says, "Buy Rolex watch." Well, this is not a buying Rolex watch type of stream. If you've got a Rolex watch, shout out to you. But I don't think Rolex will help with at least my mental health. Some people, maybe that would help their mental health, but for me. And then Siddharth followed that up by saying, "You buy smartwatch, your budget." I don't know whether that's like a bit of a dig at me, saying like you can't afford a Rolex. You stay in your lane, Edward. Stick to what you can afford. I don't know. And Ronan is not too good because he's not feeling so great because his daughter is with her mum and he misses her so much. That shows what a caring dad you are, Ronan. And you're reunited soon with your daughter. Ethan says, "Do you want me to draw you?" Sure, Ethan, why not? I think I've had fan art. Oh no, I've had fan art once, I think, before. So that would be cool if you want to. No pressure. Ross Hamilton says, "Good, thank you. Sorry you struggled. You seem like a great person, I'm a new supporter." Well, Ross, I've noticed your presence in the channel in recent days, and it's nice to have you with us. It really is. And honestly, thank you very much for the support. I really do like that. I appreciate everybody that joins the chat, that shows a little bit of love, encourages me, supports me. It really is much appreciated. Normally, I have a lot of positive energy to share with you guys, and sometimes I don't. And today's one of those days. YNZ says, "Who likes bananas? I'm a grape person. I love bananas personally. I love grapes as well. I don't think there's any fruit which I don't really like. I love fruit in general." Kaylin says, "Edward, you have brought light in my darkness, and I thank you for it. You have been the only person I've been able to talk to, and you would listen, and I love you for that. You know I'll never leave." Well, listen, Kaylin, do not put pressure on yourself. You needed to go off and do something in your life, or you need to be away from the stream. I would not any differently towards you. It would be no hard feelings. I would not be like, "Oh, Kaylin said she and now she's gone." Like, listen, no pressure at any point. But that being said, I really do appreciate you being so supportive. It means a lot. Cole Olds is back in the chat. Cole Olds a minute ago was talking about Hitler, and we don't vibe with not about Hitler around here. But Cole Olds is about Hitler. So hopefully Cole Olds will not be leaving any more Hitler comments. Okay, we're scrolling down. And Ronan is not going to see his daughter for another month. Oh, sorry to hear that, Ronan. Hopefully he can do some FaceTimes and stuff like that. That would be good, I reckon. WB says, "Missed message." WB, on today, I would really appreciate if you post the comment again right now. And I need all the help I can get. So if you could post your comment again, that would be really helpful. Eddie says, "Edward, the funniest thing this year was my Mac fell off my table onto my head as there was a few lorries coming, and it tipped it enough." Oh, damn. A Mac falling onto your head does sound like a good result. So, Eddie, I hope your head is okay, and I hope your Mac is okay as well. And a big hey to Olivia Smith, who's in the chat. Nice to see you, Olivia. You say, "I love your hair." Well, that's kind of you to say, Olivia. I actually need to wash my hair, so tomorrow it will hopefully look even fluffier than it does now. And Foxy says, "I'm a ginger fox with a gold chain, a gold Rolex, and some Nike 125s. Foxy, you are painting quite the picture for me. I did not know you had a gold chain or a Rolex, so the more you know." And Ross says, "I'm in the UK." Yes, I'm in England, in the north of England, Ross. Now, Ross Hamilton sounds like a very Scottish name, but you could be from anywhere in the world, Ross. So how about you? Where are you from? Olivia Smith, excuse me, so it's Oliver Smith. I thought it was Olivia, but it's written as Oliver or Oliver Smith says, "Are you religious?" I'm not religious, and actually, the only two topics we don't talk about on the channel are politics and religion. Just because we want to keep these spaces as open to as many people as possible, and those can be a little bit divisive. And you say, "Oh, okay, I was just wondering. I'm not religious, though." No worries. It's perfectly okay to ask these questions. And Cole Oles says, "I have Wicked living in the UK too." Sorry to hear that, Cole Oles, and you know what it's like. I can relate. So I hope you're doing okay. That's all I can say to that. I hope you're doing okay. Up. Okay, WB says, "Would you rather of the day?" Good one, WB. I like these. Thank you. You say, "Would you rather be an origami master or editing master?" That is an interesting one, WB. That's a good question. That's a really good question from me, actually. Because at first I was like, "Oh, editing master for sure." But then, for example, AI or software programs can do editing, but can they do without robotics? Can they do origami? Probably not. And it's a pretty cool party trick, right? I reckon you could definitely win a few ladies round with a bit of origami. So good question, WB. Thank you for it. I will probably go. You know what, WB? I will go with editing master just because I want to grow my channel on YouTube. And if I was an editing master, that would definitely help me with that. But an origami master would be super cool as well. Kaylin says, "I will always be here to cheer you up, and I'm always trying to get on live whenever I can. If I'm not here, that is because I'm either writing a song or writing about how amazing you are." Oh, Kaylin, you sweetheart. But please, though, do take time for yourself. Make sure you take time for yourself, and I'll be here. So I want you to make sure that you have enough time for yourself as well. And hello again, Ethan Firth. Fox says origami's per, ain't it? Yes, indeed it is, Foxy. It's I believe it's like a, I believe it originated in Japan. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it's like a Japanese paper. Well, I know what it is, but how to describe it? It's like paper folding, basically. Lesson says, "Have you even given a woman a Cosby sweater?" Don't know what that means. Ethan says, "I drew you, but you won't see it because I don't have Facebook." That's okay. I'm sure you could leave it somewhere else. And Eddie says, "Guys, join the Discord, by the way." Yeah, if you do have Discord, jump in the Discord. It's in the pinned comment. Foxy says, "Future technology is going to be printed on like a paper, so origami will be handy for putting large circuit boards in small places." Interesting contribution, Foxy. My mind did not even go to that place. But that's an interesting thought. YNZ says, "Would you rather 1 billion right now or double your money each year for 1 year?" And then you followed that up by saying, "I'm a coconut." So quite a range of quite a range of statements there. Cello, so "You're amazing and the world needs you here. You make someone's day better even if you don't notice." Thank you, Cello. That's lovely energy. And Kaylin says, "I love you, Edward." Kaylin, love you as well. Thank you very much for this kind words. Ross says, "What have you been up to today, Edward?" I've been at work, Ross. I've been at my day job. And then I came back at around o'clock and I did a bit of exercise. I did a bit of a leg workout for maybe like half an hour. And then I went round to my parents for sleep. And then I came back and it was time to jump on stream with you guys. Okay. Let me catch up. We're catching up. Huntsman, no, Foxy says, "Oh, I'm full of useless information. At least it's all free." True, Foxy. Very true, mate. Well, not that it's useless, but thank you for sharing the information with us for real. And Sage says, "I don't know if I can do this anymore. I'm only still here because of y'all, and I promised my friend I wouldn't do out stupid. I'm afraid of death." Well, Sage, as we advised Sterny and as we advised Kaylin, it's really important that you talk to an adult in your life you trust. So ideally, that's a parent or a legal guardian. Failing that, a teacher, but it has to be a trusted adult, not just a random adult. It has to be a trusted adult. WB says, "Opinion on vegan chocolate." Good question, WB. So pretty much all dark chocolate is vegan, and that's actually what I eat now because it's healthy, and it's rich in antioxidants. It's genuinely good for you. You do get a lot of other vegan chocolate, which is not dark chocolate. I just avoid that now because it just tastes too sweet to me. It just has too much sugar in it for my personal taste. So great that there are milk options, vegan white chocolate, vegan chocolate. But for me nowadays, I'm a dark chocolate kind of guy. Just because I like it, it's got a good cocoa flavour and it's healthier as well. YNZ says, how many years have you been a vegan for? Nearly 11 years. It will be 11 years this August. It's been a long time. And it's been great, honestly. And as Foxy says, dark chocolate is better for you. And Cello says, I keep passing out right. What is wrong with me? Cello, are you tired? Are you overly tired? Could it be that? Or could it be that you've not eaten enough food? Could be that. And Foxy says, Peru dark chocolate, Tesco's finest. Nice. Not had that one, Foxy, actually. I've not had any chocolate from Tesco for quite a while. So maybe I'll add to the list to try sometime. YNZ says, eat or sleep or live or be God. That could be a t-shirt. That could be a slogan on a t-shirt. Foxy is an 85% cocoa man. W Foxy, that's what I'm talking about for real. 85%, that's potent stuff. That's actually, usually for me, that's like the spot as well, Foxy, because it's like, I find that personally, I've had like 90% before, and I personally find that too bitter. I think 85% is great because it's like really rich in cocoa flavour, still got all the health benefits, but it just takes the edge a little bit off that bitterness. As above says, enjoy your vacation. Life is good, dude. Despite what a meat grinder it is, and take vitamin D if you want. Thank you, as above, for the encouragement and the well wishes and the vitamin D reminder. It's a good shout, it really is. And maybe I'm lacking in vitamin D, honestly. Like I say, I eat a super healthy diet. I take a multivitamin, but living in the UK, and even if you do supplement, if you live in a place where you don't get much natural light, it can be easy to be low in vitamin D. And I think in the UK, we're definitely a bit low on that. Jumper Medic says, hello, my friend. Happy to see you again. Jumper Medic, how nice to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for jumping in with some nice positive energy. That's what we like around here. So, W Jumper Medic. Ross says, I'm tired to go today and I've been busy. Are you in the UK? Yeah, maybe you didn't hear me before, Ross. I'm in the north of England. And I said to you, I wonder where you're from, because Ross Hamilton sounds like a very Scottish name, but you could obviously be from anywhere in the world. NSN says, yes, sir. W stream. WNSN. No, WNNS for that positive comment. That's what I'm talking about. W to you, NNS. Nice to see you in the chat. Sage says, got to go soon. No worries, Sage. Look after yourself when you do. YNZ says, your favourite food, me personally, is Momo and Nepali. Nice. I was telling someone from Nepal in the chat before, whose username currently escapes me, and we were talking about momos, and I was saying that I do like momos. And that's actually the only thing I really know from Nepalese cuisine. My favourite food, I've been asked this before, it would probably be something carby. I love carbs. So something like, maybe noodles, honestly. Maybe something like noodles or pasta. I love carbs. And Ross is in Northern Ireland. Thank you for sharing, Ross. Appreciate that. And NNS says, W in the chat, I subbed. Double W to NNS. Thanks so much for jumping in the chat to share that, NNS. And I like your energy for real. I love it when people jump in the chat and the first thing they say is positive or supportive or encouraging or just generally a cool vibe. So big up to you, NNS. Great to have you in the community. And NYZ says, not samosa. Well, I didn't know that samosas were Nepali. I thought they were Indian. I love samosas though, don't get me wrong. Love samosas. Now let me try and find Kaylin's comment to Sage. Kaylin said, Sage, as long as I'm alive, you are, and as long as you are alive, I will keep you in my heart. Please talk to me. I hate to see others feel like shit. Well, Kaylin, that is a very supportive comment. And again, W to you for being so supportive. Really do respect that. And Eddie says, Edward, I make music to calm me down. Good on you, Eddie. That is a really healthy, positive strategy. That's a great way to deal with low mood. And Fox says, Edward, I thought you said MSN Messenger. Do you remember? Yes, I do, Foxy. Blast from the past that was. Those were good times, to be fair. MSN Messenger was good. It was. Oh, man. You're taking me back in time now, Foxy. And Gafar is back in the chat who says, hello, good to see you, Gafar. How are you doing today? And Fox says, are samosas those little triangle things? Yes, they are, Foxy. And Bebo. Foxy remembers Bebo. Man, you're taking me back to 2008 now, Foxy. 2007, 2008. That was the Bebo years for me. Damn. Mr. Fox. You know what's crazy, Fox, is that you're 41, I believe. Or for at least 40. So back in the Bebo era, you'd have been like 20. So you probably remember it better than me. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I do remember Bebo, mate. I saw Bebo weirdly not too long ago, the other week. And Kaylin says, write down your feelings and cut it up, or go for a walk to calm down and clear your head. That is another good piece of advice. And Kaylin says, okay, I got to go. See you soon, Kaylin. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the good energy, and take care. And YNZ says, I think samosa is from India only. Yeah, I think you might be right. And I think there's a lot of crossover, right? Because obviously Nepal borders with India, if I'm not mistaken, so there will be some crossover. Bad Marsh is back in the chat and just says thank you. Well, hello to you, Bad Marsh. Now let me see if I can get the tunes back on, because quite rudely they have finished, so it might go dark for a second, guys. There we go, back in business. Okay, I'm sitting back down. Thank you for bearing with me for just a moment, and give me a second. Bard Marsh says, I appreciate your channel. Well, Bard Marsh, genuinely, I appreciate that remark, because today I was just telling the chat, not been feeling too good mentally, and so when you guys show me support and mental and kindness and positivity, it means a lot. So Bard Marsh, I really do appreciate that. W to you. Cello says, I'm just going to my parents because I fainted and I nearly choked on my own vomit. I might or might not come back. Cello, go and look after yourself. Do not worry about coming back. Take the evening off. Rest up, look after yourself, and we'll see you on another stream, don't worry. Eddie says, Edward, I'm making music and it's calming. Nice. Yeah, I'd love to hear that, for real. That's a great hobby to have, and a great way to calm yourself down. So shout out to you, Eddie. And as I say, mate, as you get older and as you move closer to adulthood, it'll be really easy. It's easy to get sucked into negative things like going out partying. Like, partying is good, but bad habits can easily slip in when you're an adult. So what I would say to any young person is keep up with the exercise, don't use alcohol, and focus on your passions. But don't let bad things in life derail you. Bronson DeVille is back in the chat. It says, "Hey Edward, why do you care?" Bronson, it's a good question, and I guess the answer to that is that there's a lot of negativity in the world. There's a lot of there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff, and I care. I want to make a difference. Great guy. I'm not a perfect guy, but I care. So that's why Edward cares. YNZ says, "Do you like your name?" I actually do like my name, and interestingly, up until 6 years ago, from about the age of 11 to 6 years ago, I went by Ed. So a lot of my friends still call me Ed, but then I realised actually my name is Edward. I like Edward, and now I tell everyone that I'm Edward. That's my name. That's how I introduce myself to new people that I meet. So yeah, I do actually really like my name now. Thank you. WB says, fun fact, I need to try those brownies. WB, and I need to do a video on those brownies. Bronson says, is your full name Edward Cullen? It is not Bronson, but thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. Yeah, that's the scoop on that one. YNZ says, your favourite music? Me personally, I know. Honestly, I could not answer that. I could not tell you, because I loved all different types of music. I know it's a boring answer, but it's true. I love different types of music. As you can hear, I always play gay and dub and stuff when we stream, because personally, I love that, and also I think it's a good type of music to have on in the background. It's quite chill. It's all like kind of it's not the same, but I mean, it's like it has a similar kind of energy, so it's quite good as background music, I think. Eddie says, Edward, you look tired as fuck. Yeah, I am. And I'm actually going to end the stream in a couple of minutes, because I am tired and I need to have a short stream tonight, because I'm feeling burnt, a little bit burnt out, and a little bit down. So WB says, according to calculations, you are 17 to 18. You said 6 years ago from when you were 11. So what I say WB was from the age of 11 till about 6 years ago. I went by Ed, so I'm not 17 to 18, but your calculations would be correct. And you are right, I am indeed 30 odd, Eddie, well remembered. Sage has got more time. Well, Sage, you're actually just in time for us to end the stream. We're wrapping up the stream early tonight, because I really need a rest. I really need a rest, guys, and I'm not feeling too full of beans today. So with that being said, I'm going to give everyone who's here right now a big shout out. And with that being said, big shout out to Eddie, shout out to Sage, shout out to WB, shout out to YNZ, shout out to Bronson, shout out to Foxy, Shout out to Kaylin, shout out to Cello, shout out to everyone who I've not mentioned. Shout out to you guys. The lovely Jazz, my Canadian tow truck queen, who's been watching in the background. Jazz, I'm sending you massive hugs, and I'll hit you up on Snapchat. I like the videos you sent me. I've just been feeling, as I say, a bit overwhelmed at the moment, so I've not been really doing too much messaging. But Jazz, huge hugs to you, and thank you, Eddie, for the reminder. If you're on Discord, join the Discord from the pinned comment. And YNZ says, "Yo, call me Uzi from now on. I will call you Uzi." Thank you very much for that. But you know what, guys? I appreciate you bearing with me. Much love for all of the support you've shown me tonight. I really do appreciate it. And WB says early end. No, unfortunately, WB, it's a very early end tonight. It's probably the earliest stream, the shortest stream I've done in a very long time. But yeah, it was a choice between not streaming or having an early stream. And today I've got to look after myself. So I hope you guys do well. Have a great rest of your day or evening. Hug to you, Anna. Hugs, more hugs, you say. And I'm sending massive hugs back to you. Big love to you, Uzi. Big love to Sage, to Anna, to WB, to Eddie, to Jazz, to who have I missed? Everybody that was here earlier, I'm sending you all hugs. Much love to you all. And WB says, I like how you shortened Withered Boy to WB. Yeah, I think it suits you, WB, and I'm glad that you like it as well. But with that being said, guys, take care of yourselves. Thanks so much for the support. And Cello, look at ER. We're ending this stream, but look after your Cello. Look after yourself, Cello. And we wish you all the best. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So big love for now. Shout out to you, Uzi. Shout out to everyone that's here. Much love, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right, that's it. Bye.